When I was a rookie, freshman legislator back in 2006, I was asked to sponsor the Let Them Rest in Peace Act, which would keep hate groups away from military funerals. And that was my first experience of working a bill through committee and presenting it on the floor and overcoming some obstacles. And then when I was able to present that bill in 2006, it was one of those moments I'll never forget. It was just a real honor and a great opportunity to stand on behalf of military families and fight for them so they can bury their loved ones in peace. That was a great honor. And I remember standing on the floor and literally having chills up and down my spine, knowing that this was a very important moment. And to this day, those hate groups have stayed away from the state of Illinois, and it's 6 years running. I've tried to make jobs and economic development, especially in Will County, but they have statewide implications, kind of the centerpiece of my 7 years. So in Will County, we've created an economic engine with our intermodals. We have 2 intermodals now in Elwood and Joliet. We've also worked on the South Suburban Airport, and we've worked on the Iliana Expressway. And when you look at those 3 projects, those 3 initiatives, when they come to fruition, we're going to have quite an impressive economic engine in Will County. So that's been a highlight, and that's been a pleasure working with Republicans and Democrats, local officials, business and labor, to make sure that we move forward on the intermodals, on the South Suburban Airport, and on the Iliana Expressway. I remember being called by the Senate President in December of 2009, I believe it was, and he asked me to spearhead and sponsor the bill that would allow adult adoptees to get a copy of their original birth certificate. So I worked with Representative Feigenholtz in 2010. We worked together as a team. I got to know Sarah on a very personal level, and I saw the passion and concern that she has for adoptees, she herself an adoptee. And so through our work together, taking the lead from Representative Feigenholtz, now the law of the land in the state of Illinois is that if you're an adult adoptee, you are entitled to get a copy of your original birth certificate. And if your birth parent asks to be anonymous, then they'll redact the name, but you'll still have a chance. Even if your parent asks to be anonymous, you'll have a chance to get that original birth certificate if you're an adult adoptee. And in 1 month alone, just recently, we had 4,000 men and women come forward to get a copy of their birth certificate. Very proud of that effort, and it was a real honor to work with Sarah Feigenholtz. There's a family that runs a restaurant in Crest Hill, which is just north of Joliet. And tragically, they lost a child to SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. They contacted me and they contacted Representative McCasey, and they asked us to sponsor a bill that would require hospitals to instruct parents as they're leaving the hospital after having the joy of their baby being born, to make sure that parents know everything possible to prevent the tragedy of losing a child at a young age. And obviously a very important initiative, but also a personal issue for me. My parents lost a child to SIDS before I was born. And so sometimes when constituents come to you with important issues that they want to see addressed by the legislature, they don't even realize the personal implication that it might entail. And in my case, having lost a sibling to SIDS, I was happy and honored to carry that bill.